Finally, I think we got this thing figured out. My apologies. Facebook gave us a little difficulty there, so probably everybody will be watching this on replay. But let's get to it. So, why would you want to list your home for sale during COVID-19? What a great question, right? Hopefully, we're going to answer that question and more here tonight. Again, I apologize for the delay, but hopefully the recording will make up for it. So let's get right to it, shall we? Tonight's agenda: why you should list your home sooner rather than later. 3 reasons why you don't want to wait to list your home, even though we are in the midst of a global pandemic. This pandemic is actually presenting unique opportunities for home sellers. So we're going to go through 3 of those. Once you've made the decision to list your home for sale, how do you do it safely from the comfort of your own home? How can you start the process without risking too much as far as your safety and your family's safety goes? And 3, how we could market and sell your home safely for you once you agree to work with us, once we agree to work together. All right, so those are the 3 things we're going to cover. Then we'll have some Q&A. Hopefully we'll cover most of your questions during the presentation, but we'll have time afterwards for the Q&A. I think everybody hears me loud and clear. If you do, I don't know if I'll be able to see them since I'm sharing my screen, but if you give me some hearts and thumbs, I'd greatly appreciate it. So let's talk a little bit about the 3 reasons to list your home sooner rather than later. Reason number 1 is as we get over here, right? Reason number 1, buyer activity is increasing, okay? We're going to take okay. So pause with me. People are texting me to let me know that they're getting on now. So, so let's get to reason number 1. Buyer activity is increasing. So this is a chart showing the impact of COVID-19 to real estate showings in New Jersey. So as you can see, prior to COVID-19, from the beginning of the year here, January 2020, right, January 12th, you can see that we had strong buyer activity here in New Jersey, right? And what Showing Time is a reporting service that shows the amount of physical showings, buyers actually viewing listings in person. This is not search online. This is buyers working with real estate agents through the multiple listing service to physically go look at homes for sale in the state of New Jersey. So you can see there was strong activity right up until mid-March, right? And as we all know, here in New Jersey in mid-March, Governor Murphy gave his executive order number 104, shelter in place. And right then and there, along with the rest of the country and the nation, we just fell off the cliff into fear and uncertainty and doubt, right? And activity plummeted along with consumer confidence in the stock market and everything else, right? Just plummeted in the next 2 weeks of March. So we bottomed out in the bottom of March here as far as buyer activity went. And there was very little at the end of March. And we bounced along the bottom in the first 2 weeks of April, lo and behold, until we hit Easter weekend, Passover. So Easter weekend and Passover, buyers in New Jersey suddenly said, well, it's bad. We're in the midst of a global pandemic, and it's unfortunate, and we're not diminishing the fact that a lot of people are dying. Over 8,000 people in New Jersey have passed away as a result of this virus. But it looks like this virus is going to stick around in some form for the foreseeable future, and we had planned on buying a home this spring. We can still buy homes in New Jersey. New Jersey real estate is considered an essential service, an essential business. So why don't we cautiously and carefully start looking for homes again? And as you can see from Easter weekend through, buyer activity has steadily increased. Right, all the way up until most recently, this past weekend, we had a little dip because it was Mother's Day yesterday. So I expect this to continue to grow, the trend up. We have strong buyer activity here in New Jersey and here in Ocean County. So reason number 1 If you were planning on selling your home in 2020, reason number one why you should plan on putting your home on the market sooner rather than later. These buyers are trending up. Reason number two, home prices are currently stable here in Ocean County, New Jersey. If we take a look at the sales and inventory report for the last couple of years here in Ocean County, we can see in May of 2018, there were 4.89 months supply of inventory for sale. So months inventory means the number of months of homes available for sale. So if no new homes were to come on the market, it would take us almost 5 months to sell off the existing supply of homes. And the way we define markets is a market with 5 to 7 months of inventory is a balanced market. Prices are flat. They don't go up, they don't go down. It's a completely balanced market. Less than 5 months of inventory, we are in a seller's market. There's more demand than supply, and that's when we see prices increase. When there's over 7 months of inventory, we are in a buyer's market where we see prices decrease. So you can see 2 years ago, we entered a seller's market, the beginning of a seller's market here in Ocean County. And we bounced along from sellers to balanced. And in February, we actually, for a brief period of time in February of 2019, we did hit a buyer's market brief for 1 month. 1 out of 12, we were in a buyer's market in 2019. So as we entered 2020, right, we come up here in 2020, 4.5 months of inventory, 4.7 months. Here in March, when COVID-19 struck, we were still strong, heading into a strong seller's market, 4.43 months. April, the month that just ended, less than 2 weeks ago, we were still here in a strong seller's market. Very little increase in inventory. So the demand is still strong while the supply of homes for sale is still low here in Ocean County. So reason number two, prices are stable, if not increasing a little bit. And we know for sure in the entry-level homes between $200,000 and $300,000 here in Ocean County, New Jersey, prices are increasing actually more than a little. That's a serious seller's market there. So if you have an entry-level home, a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, entry-level home, anything in that $200,000 to $300,000 range, there is high demand for that. All right, so the third and final reason why you should list sooner rather than later is recent data indicates over 4 million homeowners have entered into a mortgage forbearance, right? What is a mortgage forbearance, right? Mortgage bailout swells to 4.1 million borrowers, but demand is slowing. What that meant is, we know it's terrible, right? The instant recession that we were thrown into by this COVID-19 crisis, with a 15% unemployment rate, with everybody losing, not everybody, but 1 out of 6 of us losing our job over the last 2 months. Obviously, people aren't able to afford their mortgages. Some of us, 4.1 million nationally, entered into an agreement with their mortgage company to forbear their mortgage payment, which means that for 3 months, starting April, May, and June, the mortgage company said, you don't have to pay us for those 3 months, but in July, you have to pay us those 3 mortgage payments plus July's. So come July 1st, these 4.1 million people are going to have to pay 4 mortgage payments. They couldn't afford 1 in April, but all of a sudden they're going to afford 4 in July. So that's something that is going to affect inventory beginning in July, August, and September. Out of those 4.1 million, some of those homeowners are not going to be able to come up with 4 mortgage payments at once. And we will see this inventory hit the market in July, August, and September of this year. So those are 3 reasons to list sooner rather than later. And just to put a little cherry on the top for you, the National Association of Realtors just reported that 77% of potential home sellers are preparing to sell following the end of stay-at-home orders. So nearly 6 out of, right, 3 and 4, right? 3 out of 4, so 6 out of 8 home sellers are waiting for a green light. They're waiting for somebody to signal it's okay to sell now. Go ahead and put your home on the market. So why would you want to wait for 77% of your competitors to come on the market when you could be ahead of the pack? Right? That's a question. Why would you want to wait if you could be ahead of the pack? I'm going to take a break and tell a little story here before we move on to the next slide. When I was in Ireland back in 2010, we went on a tour with a bus, right? A bus, they call it in Ireland, a bus. And we weren't the only bus that was touring Ireland. The hotel we were staying at, there were other tours that were taking place in Ireland at the same time. But our tour guide, Liam, said to us as our group, our company, he said, listen, I want to get started half an hour before every other bus leaves the hotel in the morning. Because if you're not the lead bus, the view never changes. If you're not the lead turtle, actually he said turtle instead of bus. If you're not the lead turtle, the view never changes. So if we go back to here, if you're not ahead of that 77%, you'll be chasing the buyers instead of the buyers coming right to you. So you want to be the lead turtle, so to speak, and get ahead of the 77% of your competitors. All right, let's move on. So if you made the decision to list sooner rather than later to get ahead of 77% of your competition, how do you list your home from your home, right? How do you list your home from your home? Let's recognize the truth here, right? It is still a little scary out there. Not as scary as the press wanted us to believe in the beginning, not as scary as the press still wants us to believe today, but it is still scary, right? So how do you safely list your home, not take any unnecessary risks? So this is where we come in. We will virtually tour and inspect your home to ensure the most accurate pricing utilizing FaceTime. Facebook Messenger actually allows us to use video calling feature. So you're on Facebook right now watching this presentation. You probably have Facebook Messenger installed on your phone. You can go into Facebook Messenger and you can actually video call your contacts. You can video message so we can video message you. Okay, so we can use video message on Facebook Messenger, FaceTime. We can use Zoom. We've been using that a lot. Google Meet. There are a multitude of tools that we can use to virtually inspect your home to help you and us come up with the most accurate price for your home. Once we've virtually inspected your home, then we will put together a virtual listing presentation, and utilizing the same tools, Zoom or Google Meet seem to be the two best for that. We will actually present a virtual listing proposal to you. We will go over the pricing. We will go over the marketing plan. We will go over the terms. And once we agree on the pricing and terms, we will then authorize or execute the listing agreement utilizing our digital document system, Dotloop. So we can do the whole listing process virtually and digitally without ever having to physically enter your home. So it's safe, it's secure, and it's sanitary. Any questions so far? Hopefully we're moving right along here. So make up for our delay a little bit. So once we've agreed on the price and terms to market and sell your home, how are we going to market and sell your home safely? How are we going to do it with minimal risk to your health and your family's health, and minimal risk to the buyer's health and their family's health, and minimal risk to your real estate agent's health and their family's health. Well, we've come up with this plan we call the PEACE plan, as you can see, PEACE, PEACE plan here. So the first process, the P, is proper pricing protects against prolonged exposure. I'd say that 5 times fast. Proper pricing protects against prolonged exposure. So our job is to get you the most money for your home. Our job is to test the market, but our job is also to listen to the market and not prolong your exposure to it. Not the more properly priced your home is, the sooner it will sell for the most amount of money. We don't want to overprice your home and expose it to the market longer than the market says it should be exposed. So pricing is paramount. The E for exposure. Exposure is marketing. Everyone claims to be a virtual real estate agent today, but very few of them practice virtual. We practice it each and every day. Actually, we don't even, beyond practice it, we're perfecting it. Well, I shouldn't say perfecting it since we had the problem with Facebook today, but we practice it as perfectly as possible. How about those P's? So we're going to engage professional photography. We'll do a video walkthrough, a virtual walkthrough of your home. Put it on the MLS and the websites. We've already been holding live open houses on Facebook, not a slideshow, an actual live open house where we are live engaging with the customers, showing your home, talking about the features and benefits. We'll create social media campaigns around your home and for your home, plus the standard stuff that everyone else does, MLS, IDX, websites, etc. The A is access. You will control the access to your home. We will work with you to come up with the best plan to minimize the risk and exposure to COVID-19. Access will be catered to your comfort level and in compliance with the CDC directives and New Jersey provisions. In New Jersey, we are permitted to work one-on-one in person with clients and customers. So you won't have crowds of people coming through your home. They'll be very small, either one-to-one or families. There will not be more, obviously, there will not be more than 10 people in your home at once. We will try to keep the number as low as possible. You do not have to be there. We will work with you now that the weather is finally getting warmer so that you can go outside. Open the house up in advance, get all the lights on, open the doors to the closets so that nobody will touch anything. Have the windows open for ventilation. We have a whole process in place to provide as safe and sanitary access as possible. And we call this our Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty Essential Safe Home Showing Checklist. If you're interested in obtaining the checklist, just leave a comment below. Actually, I'll post the checklist in the comment below when we're done with this recording. But if you're interested in the checklist, I will supply it for you. I don't think I can grab it. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. If it'll let me. I can't grab it underneath this. So I'll put the checklist in the comments or send it to you if you're interested. And last but not least, we have an exclusive guarantee during COVID-19. During the COVID-19 crisis, we have an exclusive guarantee we're calling our month-to-month guarantee that we're going to go over right now. So I'm not even going to hold off on this. All right. What is our exclusive guarantee? Well, it's 2 parts. The first part is what we call Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty's Power7. This is part 1 of our month-to-month listing guarantee. And in part 1, we guarantee we're going to take 7 specific actions on top of what everyone else does. So on top of what all those other virtual real estate agents say they do, we're going to do that plus these 7 specific activities. So on top of putting in the MLS, on top of putting it on hundreds of websites, including Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and YourBrand.com, we are also going to write your home story. Most agents, other agents, those virtual real estate agents that claim to be feature dump in their haste to get a listing into the MLS, right? We see it all the time on Zillow and Realtor.com. They feature dump hardwood floors, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. It's just a list after list of features. We take the time to craft a compelling narrative designed to attract the target buyer for your home based on the benefit of owning it. What is the benefit of buying your home? Why did you buy your home? What was it about your home that compelled you to say, this is the one? This is the one I want to own with my husband and wife. This is the one where I want to raise my family. This is the one. Why? We're going to sell the why. We're not going to just feature dump. Professional photos should be standard, so a video walkthrough will be exceptional. And yes, of course, we take professional photos too. So not only will we have a professional take photos of your home, we're going to do that video walkthrough we talked about, so we can offer an actual virtual walkthrough of your home on top of a physical appointment, so that we can minimize the risk to you by eliminating the looky-loos and just bringing in the serious buyers. And oh, by the way, those buyers are serious today, because anybody who's willing to put on a face mask, a face covering, gloves, and shoe protectors to come into your home is a serious buyer. Nobody has nothing better to do than go put a face covering on, gloves, shoe protectors to go look at homes today. So they're serious buyers. We will share your listing story. Our patented storytelling email blast campaign will send 4 specific email templates to our ready-to-buy leads in our database. We have segmented lists in our database of ready-to-buy. We'll buy in 3 to 6 months, 6 to 10 months. We have them segmented by their motivation so that we can reach them with specific messages in their specific timeframes. So in the first 30 days that your home is on the market, we are going to not only write your story and take professional photos and do a video walkthrough, we're going to share your listing story 4 times with our ready-to-buy leads under different subjects: new to market, live open house, what happened, and the last chapter are examples of the subject lines that we're going to market your home via email. We're also going to turn your listing into an online showcase. Your listing will have its very own dedicated website and more. So if you want to take a quick look at what the website will look like, here's a listing that we currently have in Toms River. Right, so you'll have a dedicated website that looks just like this. So it has pictures that automatically scroll, a gallery, mapping, right? So this is what we're going to do for each of our listings during COVID-19 and beyond. This is what everybody should be doing: professional photography. Right? Open house. How about a live open house event? We've been doing these already since COVID-19, since the shelter in place, since the traditional open houses have been forbidden or prohibited. If you didn't know that, they're not allowed. Traditional open houses are not allowed because it violates the social distancing practices. So we've had to pivot, and we have over the last 3 to 4 weeks, we have gone with live open house events where we actually are live. This is not just putting a virtual tour or a slideshow on Facebook and calling it a live open house or a virtual open house. We're live. Right? We'll wear masks, we'll wear gloves, we'll wear shoe coverings, we'll disinfect your home before and after, but we're in your home live with the audience on their phones and computers at their homes, sharing the features and benefits of your home and answering their questions about it. We'll also create a social media blitz where we don't just share your listing link on Facebook. You know, we've all seen that, right? The real estate agents that just share the link to the MLS on Facebook and think they're marketing or advertising, right? We actually create a targeted marketing campaign on both Facebook and Instagram centered around your house, the features and the benefits, the why. Oh yeah, And did we mention YouTube? Remember, video, video, video. Right? So we're big on video. We're not big on talking about video. And have you ever heard of retargeting? Neither have our competitors. So with our market, our Facebook analytics, and with our market analytics, we're able to track people that have viewed your home online and retarget your home back to them. Kind of like when you're online looking at, let's just say, mattresses. If you ever needed a new mattress, or you've been online looking for a new pair of shoes, or you've been online looking for whatever it may be, a new TV, and you're on websites checking those out, and then you go back to Facebook to socialize or de-stress or whatever, and all of a sudden you see the ads for the product you were looking at online showing up in your feed. That is retargeting, and that is what we are going to do with your home. So people that are looking at your home on Zillow or Realtor.com, and then they go to Facebook, guess what? Your home's going to show up again. So they're going to be, wow, how about that? That must be the one. So these are 7 specific actions that we are going to do on top of what everybody else does, on top of the MLS, on top of the sign on your lawn, on top of putting it on all those other websites. We're going to do that and more. If we fail to implement just one of these 7 marketing activities in the first 30 days our listing is effective, you, the owner, have the option of terminating our listing agreement unconditionally. Unconditionally, no conditions. If we fail to do just one of these 7 marketing activities in the first 30 days our listing is effective, you can fire us without conditions. Unconditional, we're fired. If after 30 days we've done all 7 marketing activities and have been we've successfully completed these marketing activities, but have not received a written offer to purchase, we will meet with you to adjust our listings pricing in accordance with the market's feedback. Because with all these activities and the proper pricing in the beginning, we should have an offer for your home within the first 30 days. If not, it was probably because we missed on the pricing and we need to adjust in accordance with the market's feedback. So that's part 1 of our month-to-month listing guarantee. Part 2 deals exclusively with the COVID-19 health risk, and we call this our COVID-19 security blanket addendum. So understanding we are all in uncharted territory as it relates to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic currently affecting our nation. If at any time during the term of your listing agreement with Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty, you, the owner, feel the marketing of your home for sale may be jeopardizing your personal health and or the health and well-being of your family, upon written notice from you, the owner, we will conditionally withdraw your listing until a safer time permits the resumption of our marketing plan or the term of the listing agreement expires, whichever occurs first. Right? So if for any reason during the time of our listing you get scared, things change, the curve starts to trend back up, there's another resurgence of the virus, more people start to die, whatever it may be, and I'm not making light of this. This is a serious situation, so we don't want to take any unnecessary risks. If things change for the worse, we will let you out of the listing agreement. We'll take your home off the market, okay, until it is safe to resume or the listing expires. So hopefully that guarantee, the 2 parts, it's one guarantee, so you can feel safe and secure either way, either with the health crisis or with the marketing. It's really eliminating all risks for you, right? Hopefully that will make you feel better about putting your home on the market sooner rather than later. So again, I apologize for the delay in the broadcast of this presentation. I'm opening up for some Q&A now. I'm going to try and stop sharing to see if it brings me back so I can see any comments. Hopefully I have some hearts and thumbs. Hopefully I haven't been talking to nobody for the last 45 minutes or however long I've been on here. Hopefully I have an audience here. So let me take a chance and stop sharing the screen and see if it brings me back to Facebook. If not, if for some reason when I hit stop sharing, it stops the transmission or the recording, please leave your questions in the comments below the video, and I will personally respond to the comments as they are left. So I appreciate your time. Again, I apologize for the delay. Facebook did not let me know that I needed to update my browser. I practiced earlier today and everything worked perfectly. And then when I went to go live, it said that I needed to reinstall a whole new version of Google Chrome. So again, I apologize. These are technical difficulties we overcome and persevere through. That's why we actually practice virtual real estate and not just preach virtual real estate. So thank you for your time. I hope everybody remains safe and well. If you have any questions at all, and for whatever reason this broadcast stops, please leave them in the comments below. And like I said, I will answer them. Or you can message us directly. You can message us directly. And if I haven't yet, my name is Jim Flanagan. I am the broker of record for Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty. And we have 3 offices here in Ocean County. Our main office in Toms River, an office down in Bayville, and another office out in Manchester, so we can service all of Ocean County. We have the most professional team of real estate agents you will find. We don't have the biggest, but we have the most professional. They all utilize the virtual tools and skills necessary in today's real estate market. And I use the word utilize. They don't preach it, they practice it. So I'm going to stop sharing now and hopefully answer some questions.